जिस दिन वेद के मंत्रों से धरती को सजाया जाएगा, जिस दिन वेद के मंत्रों से धरती को सजाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
जिस दिन काले बाजारों में धन के चोर नहीं होंगे,
धन के चोर नहीं होंगे, धन के चोर नहीं होंगे।
मदिरा के सौदाई जिस दिन चारों ओर नहीं होंगे,
चारों ओर नहीं होंगे, चारों ओर नहीं होंगे।
अंडे मांस के खाने वाले रिश्वत खोर नहीं होंगे, जिस दिन सच कहने वालों के दिल कमजोर नहीं होंगे। भूखे बच्चों को जिस दिन भूखा न सुलाया जाएगा, ओ भूखे बच्चों को जिस दिन भूखा न सुलाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
जिस दिन वीर शहीदों की कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी,
कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी, कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी।
देश के हित में सब कुछ देने वालों की पूजा होगी,
की पूजा होगी, की पूजा होगी।
उधम भगत सुभाष की जब कुर्बानी की पूजा होगी, वीर शिरोमणि लक्ष्मीबाई रानी की पूजा होगी। जब ऋषि के सपनों को साकार बनाया जाएगा, जब ऋषि के सपनों को साकार बनाया जाएगा, उस दिन ऋषि के गीतों का त्योहार मनाया जाएगा।
जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय, जय जय ऋषि की जय, बोलो जय जय ऋषि की जय।
You're live.
Namaste. I would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone joining us here at the Arya Spiritual Center on Facebook and on YouTube. Welcome to another Sunday morning service, and this morning service is sponsored by the Mahila program. As we begin and we get ready to do launchment, we are going to sit in a very comfortable position, and we are going to prepare our minds to focus inwardly. This morning, we're going to release any tension that we may be feeling, and we're going to generate a feeling of peace, happiness, and gratitude. As we begin, let us chant Om 3 times.
Better. Yeah, that's good. No.
Let us begin. Ajahn. You will be taking water in your right hand, and you will be sipping after each mantra. Atasanyapasana vidhi Om Amrito Pastanamasi Swaha Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha Om Satyam Yasha Shriramai Shrirashaitam Swaha. After reciting the next mantra, you will sip water 3 times. Om Shanno Divira Vishtaya देवी स्वरूप ईश्वर पूरन अभीष्ट कीजय यहाँ निरहो सुधा में कल्याण दान दीजय नित रिद्धि सिद्धि भर से हित हो सदा हमारा बहती रहे हृदय में सधर्म प्रेम धारा सधर्म प्रेम धारा Oh, pervading Mother, sweet and divine, be pleased to bless the cravings of my soul, to reach thy bosom, may this world of mine be filled with peace and bliss from pole to pole. Atanga Sparsha Mantra. And now we will continue with the sacrificial water. We will touch various limbs, starting from left to right, and we are asking for strength from the body, and for us to have the ability to use our limbs in
I think
the
that's
right
fine.
and noble
That's
way.
good.
Om
Does that look good? It looks good.
Unless you just change the exposure back to zero. Is that what you guys are changing?
Yeah, that's what I'm changing right now.
Change
Like,
exposure to
Om
zero?
I changed the white balance now because everything has like a cool
Om Shodam
That's good. That's good.
ears. Om Nabhi navel. Om Hridayam heart. Om Kandaha throat. Om Shiraha
I think that's good though. That looks good.
Om
That
Bhavanyashodalam shoulders. Om Karatala Prishte, the front and back of our palms. Marjana Mantra. And now we will continue to touch various limbs with the sacrificial water, asking for all of our organs to be pure. Om Bhuvanatu Shirasi head. Om Bhuvanatu Netrayo eyes. Om Swahanatu Kante throat. Om Mahavanatu Hridaye heart. Om Janapanatu Nabhyam navel. Om Tapahapanatu Parayo feet. Om Satyam Punatu Purashirasi head. Om Kam Brahma Punatu Sarvatra. Pranayama Mantra. We will now focus on our breathing system. We're going to take a few breaths in and out. And we thank God. We say, oh Lord, thank you for our respiratory system and that our system is working well. In order to do this mantra, we are going to take a deep breath. And on exhaling, we will chant the mantra 3 times. Om Bhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. Om Bhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. The final time. Om Bhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. Agamarshana Mantra. Om Mritanjat Satyajat Bhithat Pasodhyajayata Tataratre Jayata Tata Samudra Arnavaha. Om Samudra Arnavadhati Samvatsaro Ajayata Ahoratrani Viditat Vishwasya Mishano Vishi. Om Surya Chandramasa Uthata यथा पूर्वमगोपयत् दिवं च पृथिवीं चान्तरिक्षमतो स्वाहा ॐ शन्नो देवीरविष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीते शन्यारवे स्रवन्तु नः Manasa Parikrama Mantra. We now take our minds on a virtual tour around the 4 cardinal points and the upper and lower regions. We say thank you, O Lord, that you have given us a world that is filled with so many resources. Om Prajiti Agniradipatirasito Rakshitarityaishvah Tebhyo Namo Dhipatibhyo Namo Rakshitibhyo Namah Ishubhyo Namah Ebhyo Astu Yavasman Drishtiyam Vayam Dvishpastambho Jambe Dharma Om Dakshina Digindro Dhipatistirashtiraji Rakshita Pitarai Shiva Tebhyo Namo Dhipatibhyo Namo Rakshitibhyo Namah Ishubhyo Namah Ebhyo Astu Yasman Drishtiyam Vayam Dvishpastambho Jambe Dharma Om Pratichiti Varno Dhipati Pridaku Rakshitana Vishabha Tebhyo Namo Dhipatibhyo Namo Rakshitibhyo Namah Ishubhyo Namah Ebhyo Astu Yasman Drishtiyam Vayam Dvishpastambho Jambe Dharma Odichi Diksomo Dhipati Svajo Rakshitana Rishabha Tebhyo Namo Dhipatibhyo Namo Rakshitibhyo Namah Ishubhyo Namah Ebhyo Astu Yasman Drishtiyam Vayam Dvishpastambho Jambe Dharma Om Dhruvadik Vishnuradipati Kalvashariva Rakshita Virudai Shiva Tebhyo Namo Dhipatibhyo Namo Rakshitibhyo Namah Ishubhyo Namah Ebhyo Astu Yasman Drishtiyam Vayam Dvishpastambho Jambe Dharma Om Urdhvadik Brahaspati Pradipati Shvitra Rakshita Vashamishvah Tebhyo Namo Dhipatibhyo Namo Rakshitibhyo Namah Ishubhyo Namah Ebhyo Astu Yasman Drishtiyam Vayam Dvishpastambho Jambe Dharma And now we will generate a feeling that we are very close with God. Upasthana Mantra Om Udvayantamasvaspari Swaha Pashyanta Uttaram Devan Devatra Surya Ganma Jyotirattamam Om Udyam Jatavirasam Devam Vahanti Ketavaha Drishye Vishwaya Suryam Om Chitram Devanam Uraga जीवेगा शरदः शतम् जीवेगा शरदः शतम् श्रेणुयामा शरदः शतम् प्रप्रमामा शरदः शतम् अजीनस्यामा शरदः शतम् भूयश्च शरदः शतम् ॐ शन्नो देवेरविष्टय आपो भवन्तु प्रीतये शन्यारविस्रवन्तु नः अथ ब्रह्म गायत्री सावित्री गुरुमन्त्र As we chant the Gayatri Mantra today, we ask God to continue to inspire our intellect and to lead our mind to that path that leads to more peace, love, and joy. Let us all sit comfortably, close our eyes, clasp our hands, and we are going to chant the Gayatri Mantra 3 times. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nama Prachodayam Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nama Prachodayam Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nama
The thing is weird, like it's not showing up here at all. Is there something we're missing?
Because I think for the settings, right?
Right.
O soul of light, the holy King of Kings, O God of all the regions high and low, O Lord of
You
joy,
can
whose
turn it off.
glory major
Yeah,
sing,
because when I went up there,
who
I just
shakes
felt the
the
power
earth
come
It's
out.
connected. You see it's connected, right?
heart does grow.
It
We
will tell
sing
you what the
thy
percentage of the
blessed
battery is.
peace
So there we go.
meditate upon thy glorious
Okay.
form
But
of
also we're not
holy
getting the feed
light,
here, though.
which drives away the wounds of sins we made, and makes the souls of righteous people bright.
Another
Yeah,
one.
that's a good thing.
My heart, O Father, deeply prays to thee, to win thy grace to make me good and wise, and bless my mind with knowledge full and free, from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. Yes, from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. Samarpana Vakya. He Ishwaradayani Te Bhavat Kripayanena Japopasanani Karmana Dharmarta Kama Mokshana Satya Siddhir
Anything?
No.
As we
Check
come
the
to the
connection.
last mantra in Sandhya this morning, we are grateful that we have connected with our Lord, and we feel a sense of peace and joy in our lives. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayobhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya
So
Cha
there's two
Shivakaraya Cha
there's two ports. Is it the right one? You want to switch the port to the bottom?
परिजान पिला दो अवजन अघात दानी तेरी शरण में आए है भक्त यह भवानी है भक्त यह भवानी. And now I bow to thee, O God of calm, O God of peace, and Lord of bliss divine. Thy grace supplies the burning hearts of balm, thy blessings in my right desires shine. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Iti Sanya Pasana Viti Samapta. And now we will have a shimmy to Ajna
Just flip it down. Can you turn it over? Turn over the bottom. Turn over the whole tripod. It's not gonna do anything. We're not on that camera. I know this thing. No, like just turn the tripod on the side and then try to put it in. And if you that way. You see how the bottom of the tripod has it's like the space of the cable you can't put it in. Oh, okay. I'm good call you challenge it with the cable.
Please join me in singing Master. Let us all come together to sing and give ornaments to God, who is glory and fame,
HDMI in and out. So it should be HDMI out. Like a feed is going out. I'm gonna put it.
गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद शादियों में जुलूसों में जौरों साथिया शादियों में जुलूसों में जौरों साथिया रीति स्वर से चाहिए करे रानी धन्यवाद आज कितना सफल गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद Then, now I will hand you over the then Devi who will lead us in the hour. Namaste. Once again, welcome to this morning satsang. With the hope that you have already been in tone with Sandhya. May you keep that vibration throughout as we chant the mantras of the Havan. O Lord, with all humiliation and devotion,
Yeah,
we have
I
assembled
think
here
it's
to
just
offer
the.
prayers to thee.
I think we.
With
I
deeply
wanna.
in our
I
hearts
think I'll go
and
try and see if I
desire
could
to
do
purify
that thing. This is
our
something we
mind
see
and
that could be a
soul.
problem. So we're
In thy
not.
care and
We're not.
protection,
Let
we
me.
wish to wash off
It's
our
switching
sins.
that. Switching that.
O friend of the poor and infinite
HDMI.
mercy, with faith and trust in thee, may we be able to complete the end of our life's journey happily, O source of all intelligence and bliss,
Already,
to
yeah.
see
Ready to pick
directly
up. Yeah.
to clear conscience. Grant us wisdom, show us the path of righteousness, and enable us to perform true and noble deeds. Taking water in the palm, chant the mantra, and we say,
Yeah, just try it on the side. If you want, I can do it.
Swaha. Amritapihanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Shri Vayu Shri Shayatam Swaha. Anga Sparsh. Taking water in your left palm, using your ring finger and middle finger, make a mudra and touch as we touch the organs of the body. Om Manasestu. Om Nasrmi Parnavastu. Om Akshnamorme Chakshu Rastu. Om Karnyorme Shrodamastu. Om Mahave Namastu. Om Urvame Ujvastu. Om Varishtani Mengani Tatnastatva Santu. The Ishwar Stuti Pratana. Ishwar Stuti Pratana Upasana Mantra. May this prayer be useful means of purifying and ennobling our lives.
Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yat Bhadram Tanasuva Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatari Bhutasya Jataha Patirekasi Sadadhara Prithivya Kasmai Devaya Vishavidhima Om Ya Atmada Bhagavata Yasya Vishwa Upasati Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chaya Mritam Yasya Mrityu Kasmai Devaya Visha Vidhima
Right.
Om Ya Prana Jyoti Vishatu Mani Karika Vikraja Jagatu Bhakuva Yanka Yanishi Ashyat Vipadas Chatushvara
I know, I did.
Devaya Vishavidhima
What
Om Jina Yoga Prithvi Chakrita
Yeah, I'm
Yena
thinking what
Swastapitam Yena Naka Yorgarikshe Rajaso Vimanam Tasmai Devaya Visha Vidhima Om Prajapati Tvadevtananyo Vishwajatani Parita Bhaguva Yakamaste Jumastano Vastu Vayansyama Patayorahina Om Sanohanurjanita Savidhata Dhamani Veda Bhuvanani Vishwa Yadva Amritamana Shanas Kriti Dhaman Nagar Dayantra Om Agninaya Suvataraya Sman Vishwani Deva Vayanani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmat Jorarnanino Vishtanti Namautim Vidhima O self-effulgent being, all holy and knower of all things, lead us through the path of goodness to prosperity and knowledge, and keep us away from evil deeds. To achieve this end, may we always contemplate our divine nature and be always happy. Atah swasti vachanam Om Agni Purohitam Yajasya Deva Vitvajam Otaram Ratnathatamam Om Sanapite Sunaviyani Suhaya Nohava Sajaswana Swastai Om Swasti No Minita Ashvina Bhada Swasti Divya Narvana Swasti Pusha Asudhatuna Swasti Dhava Prithvi Suchituna Om Swastai Vayu Paramahai Sumam Swasti Bhuvanasyaspati Brihaspati Sarvaranam Swastai Swasti No Adityaso Bhavan
Could it be right? It's got to be the feed that's coming into here.
Avantavibhava swastari swasti no rudraha patva masaha. Om swasti mitravaruna swasti pati divati swasti na indrascha nischa swasti no adite krihi. Om swasti pantamanjalima surya chandrama saviva punardata anata janata sangame mahi. May we accept our responsibilities and duties just as the sun and the moon are unswervingly resolved in their orbits. May we associate with those who are learned, pious, charitable, and non-violent. अतः शांति करणम ओम शमना इंद्राग्नि भवतामवोभिः शमना इंद्रावरुणारातहव्या शमिन्द्रा सोमा सुवितायशन्योः शना इंद्रा पूषणा वाजसातौ Om Shano Bhaga Shamuna Shansu Astu Shamna Purandi Shamu Santuraya Shamna Satyas Yashuryamasya Shansaha Shano Aryama Purjatu Astu Om Shano Dhata Shamudartano Astu Shana Uruchi Bhavatu Swadhabihi Shamrodrasi Brihati Shano Adri Shano Devanang Suhavani Santu Om Shan No Agnir Jyotiraniko Astu Shano Mitra Varuna Vashvinasham Shamna Sukritani Santu Shana Ishiro Avivatu Vatah Om Shano Dhyava Pritavi Purvahutva Shamantarikshang Dristyeno Astu Shana Ushadhir Varino Bhavantu Shano Rajasas Patirastajishnu Om Shana Indro Vasuvidevo Astu Shamaditibhir Varunas Yushansaha Shano Rudro Rudrebhir Jalashaha Shan Nastva Shanastvagna Brihi Rahasrino Tu Om Shamno Somo Bhavatu Brahma Shanna Shano Gravana Shamusantu Yajya Shamna Swarunang Mitayo Bhavantu Shana Prasva Shamavastavedihi. May the all peaceful one give us peace. May the religious undertakings bring us peace. And may the plants and vegetables bring us peace. And may that oblation in the Vedi bring us peace. Ata Shiva Sankalpa Mantra. Om Yajagrato Duramudeti Devam Tadu Suptasya Tataivaiti Durangamam Jyotisham Jyotirekam Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu ॐ येन कर्मान् यपसो मनीषिणो यज्ञे कृण्वन्ति विदतेषु धीरः यदपूर्वं यक्षमन्ता प्रजानां तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु ॐ यत्प्रजानम् उत चेतो धृधिश्च यज्ज्योतिरन्तरमृतं प्रजासु यस्मान्हृते किञ्चन कर्म क्रियते तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु ॐ येनेदं भूतं भुवनं भविष्यत् परिगृहीतममृतेन सर्वम् येन यज्ञस्तायते सप्तहोता तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु ॐ यस्मिन् ऋचः सामयजूंषि यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठिता रत्न वा विवारः यस्मिन् स्थितं सर्वमोतं प्रजानां तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु ॐ सुषारिति रश्वानिमयं मनुष्यान् नेनीयते भीषुधिर्वाजिनैव हृत्प्रतिष्ठं यदजिरं जविष्टं तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु as the skillful charioteer controls the horses by the use of his rein, so does the control mind takes a man to his desired goal. This mind which reposes in the heart is most swift and never ages, O Lord. May that mind of mine be possessed of noble intentions. Om Sanaha Pavasva Shangave Sham Janaya Shamarvate Sham Rajanushadhibhyaha Om Abhayang Nakaratyamantariksam Nabhayam Dhyawa Pritavi Ubhe Ime Abhayam Paschad Adhabhayam Purastad Adharad Dudarad Abhayam Noastu Om Abhayam Mitrad Abhayam Amitrad Abhayam Jyatad Abhayam Parokshad Abhayang Naktang Dabhayang Divanaha Sarva Asha Mama Mitrang Bhavantu Sarva Asha Mama Mitrang Bhavantu. May we be fearless of our friends and even those who are unfriendly to us. May we never be fearful of those whom we know and even those who we don't know. May we remain free from any apprehensiveness by night and day, and may all directions be friendly unto us. Ata Agni Pradipanam. Here we begin. Fire offerings. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swadhyauriva Bhumna Prithviva Varimna Tasyaste Prithvi Devaya Jani Prishte Agnim Nam Nadha Namanadhyaya Dade. The Agni, fanning of the fire. ॐ उद्बुद्ध्य स्वाग्नि प्रतिजागृहि त्वमिष्टा पूर्ते संसृजेथामयं च अस्मिन् सदस्ते अध्युतरस्मिन् विश्वे देवा यजमानश्च सीदता. Three pieces of Samhita. Samhita offering representing our thoughts, words, and deeds. Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedaste Nedhasva Vardhasva Cheta Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Prashubir Brahma Varchase Nana Dhena Samidhaya Swaha Idamagnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namamam Om Samidagnim Duvasyata Gritai Bodhayati Asmin Havya Johotana Idamagnaye Idam Namamam Om Susamidaya Shochishe Kritam Tivram Johotana Agnaye Jata Vedase Swaha Idamagnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namamam Om Tantva Samibhirangiro Gritena Vardhayamasi Brihaschochaya Vishtaya Swaha Idamagnaye Angirase Idanamama Om Panchkrit Ahuti offering 5 offerings, reminding ourselves of our 5 daily duties. Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedaste Nedhasya Vardhasva Cheta Vardhaya Chasman Prashaya Prashubir Brahma Varchase Nana Dena Samidhaya Swaha Idamagnaye Jata Vedase Idanamama Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedaste Nedhasva Vardhasva Cheta Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Prashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanad Deyena Samidhaya Swaha Idamagnaye Jata Vedase Idanamamam Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedasteni Tasva Vardhasva Cheta Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Prashubhir Brahma Varchase Nana Dena Samidhaya Swaha Idamagnaye Jata Vedase Idanamama Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedasteni Tasva Vardhasva Cheta Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubir Brahma Varchase Nanad Yena Samidhaya Swaha Idamagnaye Jata Vedase Idanamamam Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jata Vedaste Nedhasva Vardhasva Cheta Vardhaya Chasman Prashaya Prashubir Brahma Varchase Nana Dena Samidhaya Swaha Idamagnaye Jata Vedase Idanamama Atajal Prasichanam, sprinkling of water in all directions around the Havan Kunda. First in the east, then in east, west, north and south. Om Adite Anumanyaswa. Om Anumate Anumanyaswa. Om Saraswatye Anumanaswa. Om Deva Savita Prasuvaya Jampatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharva Ketapu Ketanah Punatu वाचस्पतिर्वाचं नः स्वादतु आगारा वाज भाग्य आहुति ॐ अग्नये स्वाहा इदमग्नये इदन्नामम ॐ सोमाय स्वाहा इदं सोमाय इदन्नामम ॐ प्रजापतये स्वाहा इदं प्रजापतये इदन्नामम ॐ इन्द्राय स्वाहा इदमिन्द्राय इदन्नामम प्रातःकालीन ahuti. Make ghee and samagri offerings. Morning offerings. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyotihi Surya Swaha. Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varchaha Swaha. Om Jyotihi Surya Jyotihi Swaha. Om Sajurdevina Savitra Chajursasendravatya Joshanah Suryo Vetu Swaha. Om Sayam Kalina Ahuti. Evening oblations. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotiragni Swaha. Om Agnir Jyotir Om Agnir Varcho Jyoti Varchah Swaha. Om Swaha. Om Sajur Devina Savitran Sajuratr Yendravatya Jushano Agnirvetu Swaha. Prataha Kalina Atwa Sayam Kalina Ahuti, making offerings of ghee and samagri. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha Idamagnaye Pranaya Idanamama. Om Bhurvaive Panaya Swaha Idan Vaive Panaya Idan Namama. Om Swaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idannamama. Om Bhurbhuva Swaragni Vayavaditya Pranapan Vanebhya Swaha Idamagnaye Vadityebhya Pranapan Vyanebhya Idannamama. Om Apo Jyotiraso Amritam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swarom Swaha. Om Yang Medang Devaganang Pitarasto Pasate Tayama Madhyame Dhayagni Meda Vinankuru Swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yadbhadram Tanna Asuva Swaha. Om Agni Naya Supatara Yasman Vishwani Deva Vayonani Vidwan Yuyodhasmat Johorarnameno Bhuishtante Namauktim Vidhema Swaha. This is the part of Havan where we pray for offer prayers for our community at large. And today we offer prayers for anyone suffering, anyone having any kinds of pain or going through any kind of tribulations in their life. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukame Vavandana Mrityurmokshiyamamritat स्वाहा। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धना मृत्युर्मोक्षयमा अमृतात् स्वाहा। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्युर्मोक्षि मा अमृतात् स्वाहा। We continue with some family offerings. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavid Vishavahai Swaha. ॐ अनुव्रतः पितुः पुत्रो मात्रा भवतु सम्मनः जायापतिये मधुमती वाचं वदतु शान्तिवां स्वाहा। ॐ मा भ्राता भ्रातरं द्विक्षन् मा स्वसारामुत स्वसा समयञ्च सव्रता भूत्वा वाचं वदत भद्रया। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय स्वाहा। We go back to Havan offering of ghee, the following mantras. Om Agnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idanamamam. Om Somaya Swaha Idan Somaya Idanamama. Om Prajapataye Swaha Idam Pate Idanamama. Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idanamama. Offerings of just ghee. Om Bhuragnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idanamamam. Om Bhurvayave Swaha Idam Vayave Idanamamam. Om Swaradityaya Swaha Idam Adityaya Idanamama. Om Bhurbhuva Svaragni Vayavadityebhya Swaha Idam Agni Vayavadityebhya Idanamama. Gayatri Atha Brahma Gayatri Savitri Guru Mantraha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvaha Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya Swaha. हे दयालु परमात्मन, आप अपने असीम कृपा से हमारी सदा रक्षा करते हैं। आप ही हमारे जीवन आधार है। अपनी सेवकों के दुखों को दूर करके उनको सुख देने वाले है। आप सर्वत्र सुप्रसिद्ध और सुप्रसिद्ध है। आप सर्वत्र आप सर्वत्र और सुप्रसिद्ध है। आप सर्वोत्तम शुद्ध स्वरूप और ज्ञान स्वरूप है। आप ही है
यह सारा
जगत
जगत
उत्पन्न हुआ है।
आप ही सकल शुभ गुणों की खान है।
आपका हम प्रतिदिन ध्यान करें और शुद्ध बुद्धि
आप हमें
शीलता
विवेकशीलता
धारणावती मेधा और
शुद्ध
बुद्धि प्रदान करे।
करे।
O soul of life, the holy King of kings, O God of all the regions high and low, O Lord of joy, whose glory nature sings, who shapes the earth and let the mortals grow, we seek thy blessed feet to meditate upon thy glorious form of holy light, which drives away the gloom of sins we hate and makes the souls of righteous people bright. Our heart, O Father, meekly prays to thee, to win thy grace, to make me
us good and
wise,
wise,
and bless my mind with knowledge full and free from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. Yes, from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. Tashrishtakrit Ahuti, offering of cooked grains, Prasad. Om yadasya karmano atyari richam yadvanyo namihakaram agnishtat swishkrit vidyart sarvam swishtam sohotam karotame agnaye shrishtakrite sahuta hute sarva prayaschitta hutinang kamanam samardhayatre sarvanaha कामानां समर्धय स्वाहा इदमग्नये शुष्टकृते इदन्ना मम. O Agni, all-knowing one, fully knows what is excessive or lacking in our performance of this sacrifice. May he, the fulfiller, fulfill our sacrifice by harmonizing it with our intent and making it well performed. We beseech him to make us successful in all that we desire. We address this prayer unto him who fulfills all offerings and make them well performed, who accepts all confessions and repentance, and who grants success to all righteous wishes. All this is unto him, Agni, the fulfiller, and nothing is our. Prajapatya Ahuti, making offering of ghee only. Om Swaha idam prajapataye idan namama. Purnahuti, making three final offerings. Om Sarvam Ve Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Ve Purnam Swaha. With outstretched palm, let's receive. Place your palms close to the fire and absorb some of the heat. Bring your hands towards your face after each mantra. Om Tanupa Agniyasi Tanvam Se Pahi. Om Ayurda Agniyasi Ayurme Dehi. Om Varchoda Agniyasi Varcho Me Dehi. Om Agni Yanme Tanva Unam Tanva Na Aprina. Om Medhame Savita Adadhatu. Om Medhame Devi Saraswati Adadhatu. Om Medhame Ashvinau Devavam Dhattam Pushkarasrajau. Om Vakchama Apyayatam
Om Pranashchama Apyayatam. Om Chakshushchama Apyayatam. Om Shrotram Chama Apyayatam. Om Yashobalam Cha Apyayatam. Over to Yaj Pratna Geet. पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए वेद की गावे रचाए सत्य को धारण करे हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे शोक सागर से तरे अश्वमेधादिक रचाए यज्ञ पर उपकार को धर्म मर्यादा चला कर लाभ दे संसार को नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यज आदि हम करते रहे रोग पीड़ित विश्व की संताप सब हरते रहे भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार की कामनाएं पूर्ण होवे यज्ञ से नर नारी की लाभकारी हो हवन हर जीवधारी के लिए वायु जल सर्वत्र हो शुभ गंध को धारण किए स्वार्थ भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो ईदन मम का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक वंदना हम कर रहे नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी
सब पर रहे प्रभु आपकी सब पर रहे
प्रभु आपकी
सब पर रहे सर्वे
भवन्तु सुखिनः
सर्वे
सन्तु निरामया
सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्
हे ईश सब सुखी हो कोई न हो दुखारी सब हो निरोग भगवन धन ध्यान के भंडारी सब भद्र भाव देखे सन्मार्ग के पथिक हो न कोई होवे सृष्टि में प्राणहारी में प्राणधारी सृष्टि में प्राणधारी. O Lord, may all be happy, may all be free from misery, may all realize goodness, and may no one suffer pain. Om Sham Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Namaste, everyone. And welcome today to today's service presented by the Arya Spiritual Center, the Mahila arm of the Arya Spiritual Center. I thank you for being here, whether you're in the Mandir joining us, if you're joining us via social media, Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you are, I welcome you. And I hope that today's service brings you that satisfaction in your life that's going to take you throughout the rest of this week. Thank you to Bahen Darshini for getting us in that mood with her sweet and endearing chanting of Sandhya. Thank you to Panita Devi for leading us in Hawan this morning, and Bahen Shivi for her transition bhajan. Usually the Mahila picks a topic for the month, and for this month we picked the topic of importance of God in our daily lives. That bhajan, O Mahi Jivan Hamara, O Maprana Dhare, O Mahe Karita Vidhata, Om Prana Dharahe. Om is the very base of our life, the very foundation of our vitality. Om is the creator, ruler, and protector. Om is the destroyer of pain and the abode of bliss. He is the storehouse of strength, light, and compassion. And for a lot of us, God gives us that base, that foundation in our daily lives. And a lot of us ask, and especially during what we've gone through for the past year and a half, why do we need God? And I hope that today's service will bring you closer to getting that answer. I have the pleasure of introducing again Bahen Shivi, who's been supporting our mandir for many years now. And she's going to lead us in our first bhajan for today. And she's going to be backed on the harmonium by Bhai Deepak and on tabla by Bhai Rajin. Thank you, Bahen Shivi.
Page 18 of the Atmagit, Ay Malik Tere Bande Hum. Ay Malik Tere Bande Hum, ऐसे हो हमारे करम, नीकी पर चली और बड़ी से तले, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम. ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम. तेरी कृपा से धरती तमी, दिया तूने हमें जब जन्म, तू ही झेलेगा हम सबके गम। नीकी पर चली और बरी से टले, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम। ये अंधेरा घना चा रहा, तेरा इंसान घबरा रहा। ये अंधेरा घना चा रहा, तेरा इंसान घबरा रहा। हो रहा भी खबर, कुछ न आता नजर, सुख सूरज छिपा जा रहा। है तेरी रोशनी में जो दम, तू अमावस को कर दे पूनम। नीकी पर चली और भरी से टले, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम। जब जुल्मों का हो सामना, तब तू ही हमें थामना। जब जुल्मों का हो सामना, तब तू ही हमें थामना। वो बड़ाई करे हम भलाई करे, नहीं बदले की हो कामना। बरूते प्यारा कर कदम, और मीते वैरा खाए बरम। नीकी पर चली और बरी से टले, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ऐसे हो हमारे करम। नीकी पर चली और बरी से टली, ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम। Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bahin Shivi, for that. I'm sure that you've put us in a really good mood for the rest of the week. Thank you again. And now we're going to have our announcements for the week.
Namaste all. We'd like to begin by reminding you of our weekly yoga classes. These are now happening in person every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. They are led by Behin Diana. You can contact her for any further information on that. We'd also like to remind you of our weekly Sandhya and meditation. This is still happening virtually every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. These are led by Pandit Deepak. You can contact him if you'd like to participate. We'd like to inform you about our Mahila group. Our Mahila group has monthly meetings, and if you'd like to get involved, there are plenty of opportunities. You can contact Pandita Nirvani to do so. We'd also like to remind you of our monthly youth forums. These are meeting virtually for the time being. You can contact Behin Diana for information about those. For any donations that you would like to make, and you cannot do so in person, we are providing a QR code. This will be available on your screen. You can scan it. It will take you through the PayPal process, and you'll be able to make your donations as you wish. And finally, if you are celebrating an anniversary, a birthday, a graduation, any other celebration, you can submit your names, photos, and well wishes to the email address on screen. This is Arya Spiritual Center at gmail.com. Center is spelled CENTRE. We prefer to have these submissions in by Thursday, the Thursday before whatever Sunday you'd like your announcement made. So please try to keep that in mind when you are submitting.
And just one change to those announcements. Currently, the yoga classes have been suspended until further notice. Those are extremely helpful sessions. Unfortunately, they have been suspended, and we'll let you know when they are restarted. Just wanted to give a shout out to our producers for today, Stefan and Regin. Thank you so much. And for everyone behind the scenes, making preparations for today's service, not only for today's service, but all of our Sunday service and the special services. Thank you for all your behind the scene work. And for those of you joining us on social media, we do appreciate your positive comments. Have to tell you, they are very encouraging. Many of you who have presented, what if it's the first time, or even if you're a seasoned presenter, you know the work that goes into preparing for these presentations, whether it's leading Hawan, leading Sandhya, or doing our message. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it. So any positive comment you make is very encouraging. So we thank you for those comments, and please keep those positive comments going. And now I invite Pandita Devi. She has something to share with us on women. Pandita Devi.
Namaste once again. As the week has passed us, many of our Hindu sisters and Hindu families have been celebrating Navrath, or the 9 days for Shakti, for rebuilding and renewing, reviving. As Arya Samajists, we've not really seen this practice among us. It's more of our Puranic sisters that carry out this feature, but a little interesting read that I myself have come across in learning to read many things of my heritage and scriptures, Mother Goddess in the Vedas and other early texts. In its contemplation, the Rig Veda seems to have conceded to the idea of divine female, takes two different lines, one mystic and one traditional. The traditional line was the same as the same prevail among the primitive Indus community, which perceived the divine female as mother goddess. The Rig Veda called the female power Mahimatma. And if you need where I get that from, I have Rig Veda 16433. 16433, a term which literally means mother or at places the Vedic literature alludes to her as Viraj, the universal mother, as Aditi, the mother of gods, and the Abrahmini, the one born of primeval. The Rig Veda states takes a mystic line when it perceives the pronto female as Vak or Vani, which as the creative speech manifests the cosmos and all existing things. In Vedic mysticism, the cosmos and all things pre-exist but are unmanifest. The Vak or Vani makes them manifest. The pronto female has perceived as Ushas, the glowing light of early morning, what the darkness of the night makes unmanifest. Ushas makes manifest the metaphysical theorization which Vedic literature enunciates. All things exist but become manifest in her, that is, the pronto female. The Upanishads elucidate the Vedic proposition with gender clarity. In their contemplation, the Upanishads identified the Vedic pronto females as Prakriti, the manifest nature, which is material aspect of the creation. The Upanishad suggests that she is all pervasive cosmic energy inherent in all things, in all existing things. The Vedas and the Upanishads weave around Devi, a body of mysticism, but in popular tradition, as suggests Hari Vansha of the 4th and 5th century religious treatise, that when it alludes her as goddess of the jungle and hill tribes, she was yet the same simple, unmystified Puritan goddess mother. Her ties with the primitive man were emotional and relatively strong. However, they are also emerged in simultaneously to this worship cult, and obviously inspired by the Upanishads. Mysticism, the body of metaphysics which perceive the divine female as Shakti, is guided by cosmic energy and the transcendental source and support of all creatures and all created things. The Mahabharata keeps in line with Vedic teachings, allude her as some source of all things, and the spiritual as well as the material. The epic enunciates that all things material and abstract, manifest and unmanifest, are only the manifestations of the divine female. According to the Mahabharata, the metaphysical being, the mother goddess of the primitive man, is the basis, the root, and the cause of everything. She is the external upholder of dharma and truth, and promoter of happiness, and the giver of salvation and prosperity, but also of sorrows, grief, and pain. She removes obstacles, worries, and renders her devotees the path for detriment to be detriment free. I mention this because a lot of times growing up here in the US and in Guyana, we've always thought that this is not a time for us to find our peace as mothers and sisters and grandmothers and all women. We should, during this time of Navrat or Shakti introspection, we should all try to carry out as much as we can, as it is already completed and we're heading towards Diwali in 21 days. I hope that this little learning can be extended and put out as we look to overcome all of our not so likable attributes and strengthen our just greatest attributes. Thank you, Nirvani, for giving me the opportunity.
Thanks, Bahin, sharing that with us. The universe is a balance of everything. It's a balance of female energy and male energy. There is so much latent potential in women, and anytime that we can take some time, whether it's 9 days, whether it's 9 minutes, or how much ever, time we can dedicate to just finding that energy inside of us, finding that motivation inside of us to actually bring out those good attributes is a good time. So let the message from Bahin Devi be a time for us to be motivated to find that potential within us and bring it out so that we can share it with everyone close to us. Thank you, Bahin Devi. And while we're getting ready for a very special message for this morning, I invite Bhai Regin to the microphone to do a very special Geet for us. And this is, again, the topic for this month is the importance of God in our daily life. So Bhai Regin has offered to render the bhajan, O Mahi Jiwan. Thank you, Bhai Regin.
See, mic check. All right. Namaste, everyone. ओ मही जीवन हमारा, ओम प्राणाधार है। ओम ही जीवन हमारा, ओम प्राणाधार है। ओम है करता विधाता, ओम पालनहार है। ओम ही जीवन हमारा, ओम प्राणाधार है। ओम ही है दुख विनाशक, ओम सर्वानंद है। ओम ही है दुख विनाशक, ओम सर्वानंद है। ओम है बल तेजधारी, ओम करुणा कंद है। ओम ही जीवन हमारा, ओम प्राणाधार है। ओम सबका पूज्य है हम, ओम का पूजन करें। ओम सबका पूज्य है हम, ओम का पूजन करें। ओम ही के ध्यान से हम शुद्ध अपना मन करें। ओम ही जीवन हमारा, ओम प्राणाधार है। ओम के गुरु मंत्र जपने से रहेगा शुद्ध मन। ओम के गुरु मंत्र से जपने का शुद्ध मन। बुद्धि दिन प्रतिदिन बढ़ेगी, धर्म में होगी लगन। ओम ही जीवन हमारा, ओम प्राणाधार है। ओम के जप से हमारा ज्ञान बढ़ता जाएगा। ओम के जप से हमारा ज्ञान बढ़ता जाएगा। अंत में यह जाप हमको मुक्ति तक पहुँचाएगा। ओम ही जीवन हमारा, ओम प्राणाधार है। ओम है करता विधाता, ओम पालनहार है। ओम ही जीवन हमारा, ओम प्राणाधार है। ओम प्राणाधार है, ओम प्राणाधार है।
Thank you, Pai Regin, for doing that so beautifully for us and for bringing it all together for our theme, the importance of God in our life. And to bring it to a close, we're going to invite one of our very special members of the Mandir. We're all very special. And what we try to do at the Mahila is give every woman an opportunity, every young woman, despite it has nothing to do with age, it has nothing to do with how much you know, how little you know. Our goal at the Mahila is to give every female an opportunity to become competent in presenting, whether it's the Sandhya or the Hawan or a message. The goal is to help to realize Swami Dayanand's dream of elevating women. So today we're going to invite Prema Ramprasad to do our message. I apologize, Hari Prasad, to do today's message. And Bahen Prema is a very ardent follower of the Vedic Sanatan Dharma. And she comes from Windsor Forest. Many of you who are from that region of Guyana, I'm sure you know Bahen Prema. And she has been in the Arya Spiritual Center for a number of years. And today, it's our pleasure to give Bahen Prema the opportunity to share with us her message. Bahen Prema, the mic is yours.
Thank you for being patient with me, for getting started. Namaste all. हाथ जोड़कर प्रार्थना मंत्र गाए. ओम 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 वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तं आदित्यवर्णमतमस परस्तार त्वमेव विदित्वा त्रिमित्रमेति नान्यः पन्थां विद्यते अन्नायो. I know the Supreme Master, who is refulgent as the sun and is beyond the darkness of ignorance. By knowing him alone, one can surpass the jaws of death and eternal bliss. There is no other path for the attainment of moksha. As I reflect from whence I came, 4 people stood out, and I feel compelled to pay homage to them this morning. First and foremost, my father, the enforcer, who taught us the importance of having a balanced life. I could vividly recall him saying, in as much as an academic education is important, we must also seek spiritual knowledge. Secondly, I will forever be indebted to my late Guru, Pandit Mahadev Ji, who was our family priest, our teacher, who was an integral part of our lives. Thirdly, is Sri Tilaknath Sadhu. He was a distinguished member of society, our family friend and confidant. And finally, Didi Pandita Bharati Ji, someone I always respect, admire, and wants to emulate ever since I was a pre-teenager. When Didi Pandita Bharati Ji asked me to do this month's pravachan, I was taken back for a number of reasons. Anyway, she further said, Prem, what would you like to do? Without hesitation, I said, Ramayana. I grew up in that unique little village of Windsor Forest, where Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita were read and taught to its citizens on a daily basis by both the Sanatanis as well as the Arya Samajas, teachers and preachers. I especially like the Uttarakhand of the Ramayana because this was when Sri Ram returned to Ayodhya and was speaking directly to the people after spending 14 years in exile. I am convicted this is the most relevant part of the Ramayana. Panditgan, मेरी मान्यवर, माताओं, पिताओं, भाइयों, बहनों और बच्चों, भगवान की कृपा से हम सब धन्य हैं. Respected Pandits, Panditas, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, and children all. By God's grace, we are all blessed to be here. It is a privilege and honor to be given this opportunity to present today's pravachan. This morning, I have chosen to speak on the importance of God, being the theme message, in one's life. In the 40th chapter of the Yajurved, the mantra says, Ishavasmiram sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena chaktena bhunjita magridha kasya svidyanam. God is all pervading. He is the creator of everything in this world. Enjoy the things of the world, O man, but do not covet. Be in the world, yet not of the world, is the highest achievement of man. Now let us turn to the pages of the Ramcharitramanas and see what the Ramayana says about the importance of God in this Doha. Jivana mukta brahma para charit sunahi tadi jaan je hari katha न कर हिरती तिनके हिया पाशान सिया पति रामचंद्र शरणं प्रभु. Great souls, though in human form, are liberated and immersed in God's bliss. Even such souls give up their meditation, samadhi, to listen to the life and teachings of Sri Ram. Those who don't rejoice in listening to the glories of God indeed are stone-hearted. Now we do the first chaupai, after that doha. एक बार रघुनाथ बुलाए गुरु द्विज पुरवासी सब आए एक बार रघुनाथ बुलाए गुरु द्विज पुरवासी सब आए भैते गुरु द्विज वर मुनि साजन भैते गुरु द्विज वर मुनि साजन बोले वचन भक्त भय भंजन जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. One day, Sri Ram invited his guru, Vashishtha Muni, the Brahmins, and the other citizens to assemble in the royal court. As they took their seats, Sri Ram addressed them with the following words. Sunahu sakala purajana mama bani कहा न कछु ममता उरानी सुनहु सकल पुरुजन मम बानी कहा न कछु ममता अरवानी नहीं अनीति नहीं कछु प्रभुताई नहीं अनीति नहीं कछु प्रभुताई सुनहु कराव जो तुम ही सवाई जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. Sri Ram addressed the people of Ayodhya with the following words. Listen to my words, O my people. What I'm about to say is not due to any sentimental attachment. I say nothing unethical, nor do I seek to use any authority. Listen and act as it may seem good to you. Soy sevak priyatama mama soy mama anushasana nahi joy. Soy sevak priyatama mama soy mama anushasana nahi joy. जो अनीतिक जो भाषव भाई जो अनीतिक जो भाषव भाई चाओ मोहि बर जेहु भय बिसराई जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम Jai Jai Rama. He is my devotee who is very dear to me, who serves me with love and devotion. If I say anything wrong, please, my brothers, do not be afraid to correct me. भरे भाग्य मानुष तन पावा सुर दुर्लभ सदग्रंथन घावा भरे भाग्य मानुष तन पावा सुर दुर्लभ सदग्रंथन घावा साधन धाम मोक्ष कर द्वारा साधन धाम मोक्ष कर द्वारा पाहि न जहि परलोक संवारा जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय Rama. It is of great fortune that we obtain this human body. All the Shastras declare that it is very difficult to attain this human form. Even the sages and saints find it difficult to secure this human body. This body is an abode suitable for spiritual endeavors and the pathway to liberation. Those who attain this body and fail to gain moksha, Sri Ram said the following in this doha. So paratra juk pavahi sir dhuni dhuni pachitai खाल ही कर मही ईश्वर ही मिथिया दोष लगाय सिया पति रामचंद्र शरणं प्रभु. They, I say, reap torment in their next birth and beat their head in despair, wrongly attributing the blame to time, fate, and God. The people of Ayodhya followed the teachings of Sri Ram and lived perfect lives. Sri Ram's reign was referred to as Ram Rajya, or the rulership of Sri Ram. And so too, if we follow the teachings given to us by the Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, and other texts, and try to seek God from within, we all will be able to elevate ourselves. Now let us hear what the poet says in this bhajan. Excuse me one second. जिस नर में आत्मा शक्ति है। Page 132 in the Atma Geet. जिस नर में आत्मा शक्ति है, वह शीस झुकाना क्या जाने। जिस दिल में ईश्वर भक्ति है, वह पाप कमाना क्या जाने। जिस नर में आत्मा शक्ति है, वह शीस झुकाना क्या जाने। जिस दिल में ईश्वर भक्ति है, वह पाप कमाना क्या जाने। मन मंदिर में भगवान बसा, जो उसकी पूजा करता है। मन मंदिर में भगवान बसा, जो उसकी पूजा करता है। मंदिर के देवता पर जाकर वह फूल चढ़ाना क्या जाने। He who worships God in his inner temple never looks for him in the outer world. माँ बाप की सेवा करता है, उनके दुखों को हरता है। माँ बाप की सेवा करता है, उनके दुखों को हरता है। वह मथुरा काशी हरिद्वारा वृंदावन जाना क्या जाने। He who serves his living parents and removes their pain never sees the need to visit places of pilgrimages. दो काल करे संज्ञा भगवन, नित सत्संग में जो जाता है। दो काल करे संध्या भगवन, नित सत्संग में जो जाता है। भगवान कहे विश्वास जिसे, दुख में घबराना क्या जाने। He who meditates on God morning and evening is repeatedly present in the company of the virtuous and believes in truth of the divine existence, never trembles when faced with challenges. जो खेला है तलवारों से और अग्नि के अंगारों में, जो खेला है तलवारों से और अग्नि के अंगारों में, रंगभूमि में जाकर पीछे वह कदम कताना क्या जाने। He who has played with the edges of swords and with sparks of fire, he who has faced challenges never steps back in the battlefield of life. He always faces life with the highest determination. जिस नर में आत्मा शक्ति है वह शीश झुकाना क्या जाने, जिस दिल में ईश्वर भक्ति है वह पाप कमाना क्या जाने, जिस नर में आत्मा शक्ति है वह शीश झुकाना क्या जाने। Life from a scriptural perspective is a journey towards God. With Him in our awareness and in our lives, we will surely experience His greatness, His glory, and His presence in the world. As the Ved mantra says, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam, God pervades the universe. As we establish our individual relationship with God, we will surely have all solutions to life's everyday challenges. If I made any mistakes, or if my pronunciation was not up to par, I thank you for your patience and your indulgence. My mistakes are mine and not a reflection of my late Guru, Pandit Mahadev Ramsaru of Windsor Forest, or my mentor, Diri Pandita Bharati ji, or my current Hindi teacher, Pandit Ravidin Ramsamuj ji. Pandita Bharati ji must be commended for the time she spent with me in putting this pravachan together. Diri, if you are watching, I want you to know how grateful I am for your guidance, your love, and your dedication in propagating Vedic Satya Sanatan Dharma. Diri Pandita Bharati ji, because of your dharmic deposits in society, it's a reflection of your life, your shining life. My love, respect, and admiration for you knows no bounds. Thank you for all that you have been doing and continues to do. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.
Thank you, Bahan Prema, for that very beautiful message, for all your chantings. Thank you for bringing it together for us on the importance of God in our daily life. Thank you, Bahan Pandita Bharati, for helping to coordinate this message that Bahan Prema so ably delivered for all of us. And I'm sure there's a lot of material there for you to ponder for the week. Thank you again, Bahen Prema. Before we go to Arti, I just want to let everyone, whether you're in the mandir here today, whether you're joining us, despite what part of the country, what part of the world you're joining us from, we're hoping that today's service fulfill that desire, that need for spiritual energy, for some spiritual entity in your life. Wherever you are, we're sending positive energy to you, and may you in return generate and send positive energy to everyone around you. Thank you for joining us. And I'm now going to ask Bhai Rajan to lead us in Aarti Bhajan.
All right. May we all stand for the Arti Bhajan. Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. भक्त जनों के संकट, भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख विनसे मन का। ओ स्वामी दुख विनसे मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। माता पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहू किसकी। ओ स्वामी शरण गहू किसकी। तुम बिन और न दूजा, तुम बिन और न दूजा, आस करो जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी। ओ स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा। ओ स्वामी पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। ओ स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
शांति पादः। ओम ध्याओ शांति, अंतरिक्ष गुम शांति, पृथ्वी शांति, रापा शांति, रोषधय शांति, वनस्पत्या शांति, विश्वे देवा शांति, ब्रह्मा शांति, सर्वं शांति। शांतिरेव शांति सामा शांतिरेधि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम। प्रेम से बोलो ओमकार भगवान की जय। प्रेम से बोलो मरियारम पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र की जय। प्रेम से बोलो गीताकार योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। प्रेम से बोलो महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद की जय। वैदिक सनातन सत्य धर्म की जय। भोजन मंत्र। ॐ अनपते अनस्य नो देहि अनमिवश्य शुष्मिना प्राप्रदातारं तारिषा उर्जनो देहि द्विपदे चतुष्पदे। Shanti, Shanti. And before you go, for those who donated food for today, Bahen Devi, food and prasad, and Ashish, we thank you for that. Also, one very important announcement, please stay tuned and please be prepared and be available for our Diwali Yajna, which begins on November 4th, the Diwali night, the night of November 4th, and through the Sunday morning, November 7th. Remember, this is a big celebration for us. It's also our spiritual center anniversary celebration, and we invite you all to join us. We invite you to be prepared with whatever donation in terms of snacks and meals that you can donate, and please invite your family to join us. Have a blessed week ahead of you. Namaste.